Hi everyone, good morning. How you all doing? I know it's early. I know it's been a few days, but I wanted to come on and go over a few things. I've been looking through a lot of my paperwork, a lot of the notes I have, my emails, my texts, my everything. But I came across an email that was forwarded to me. This email went out to, let's see, I can tell you who. Mr. Aguilar, Mr. Martinez, Mr. La Paz, Mr. Bruinger, Mr. Mendez, Mrs. Orozco, Mrs. Simmons, Miss Villa, and Mrs. Garcia Signs. This letter went out June 4th, 2021 of this year. This is a current letter. This is from this year. Now, everybody's always talking about, oh, you guys just like to fuss. Why don't you do it the right way? Why don't you request these things? Even our great leader is always saying, just come talk to me, put it in writing. We all know that that's not true. We all know that that's not true. None of that is done. None of it. None of it. We know his work. We know his ability, his just plain laziness. So this is a letter that we, our people, just like us, are asking to all of our council members, to our president, to our vice president, and nothing has been done. Nothing has been answered. It doesn't matter how we submit it, how we ask. They're always going to hide, and they're always going to find excuses not to answer for any of the things we do. Now, this letter, there's a few words, she skips, but I'll try to put them in and just listen. It's really interesting. These are good questions that they need to answer. Why isn't housing in compliance with their policies and procedures? Why are they always changing their procedures? Number one, tenants are supposed to keep their areas clean from old appliances. The big old appliances that you have pushed out in your yard or you replace. 2, last year housing director never wrote to tenants for their annual trash cleanup around their homes. 3, housing has always told tenants that they would pick up heavy items that needed to be picked up. 4, housing owns a million trucks. There's no excuse for them to refuse services to the elderly. They own the hookup trailers, load up large appliances. I guess that makes sense. They're our elders. We're supposed to be doing these things for them. They shouldn't even have to ask us. Number 5, waiting on a new director is no excuse for employees at Mescalero Housing not to do their jobs. Because I'm sure just because there's no director, they're still getting paid to do their jobs. They still have to go by policies and procedures. Don't we all? We all do. But we all know that that does not happen. Even in our own leadership, it does not happen. 6, think about it. Elderly can harm themselves trying to load heavy items. Common sense. It is common sense. I can understand why they don't answer these letters or these questions. This all falls back on the president and administrator of the tribe. This is unprofessional on their part. If the tribal offices would open back up to the people, I would go visit the housing director myself. But why are you councilmen not advising your president to open offices for the people? Now keep in mind, this was written back in June 4th. You are the boss over him. Your votes tell him what to do, just like the $2,000 he wants to give the tribe from COVID-19 monies. But you all refused and only want to give $500 to tribal members. That will only pay light bill, propane, gas, and phone bill. A council member said that they are going to spend it the wrong way. Was that Alfred's comment? The tribe is paying you all for meetings you attend. Would you agree to a $25 pay for your services or just volunteer your time since you can't make right decisions for the people? That's a good question. Something you all should really think about. The elderly are upset with the amount you decided to give the people. I'm sure everybody's upset with that. You all shouldn't look down on your people. In the tribal constitution, it states that all enrolled members of the Mescalero Apache tribe, we are entitled to any monies that our tribe receives. Our tribal leaders aren't the only ones that make up this tribe. 4,845 tribal membership. Stop depriving your tribal members from monies that are entitled to have, that we are entitled to have. There are 32 million carbon credit monies. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I skipped a whole sentence. All of you need to remember when Danny was president, he didn't share the 32 million carbon credit monies. Where's all that money? To this day, Mr. Bruinger sits in that seat and has not answered that question ever. Ever. Where is that money, Mr. Bruinger? Crazy. Just crazy. All tribal members are part owners of everything the tribe has. Like, for instance, the tribal jet was sold without our knowledge. A vote should have been put before the people to decide. Oh, y'all never ask your people. Also, all the revenue from our enterprises before the COVID-19. What did IMG COO and Gabe's sister, IMG CFO, and your president do with all revenues from Ski Apache Resort, IMG Inn of the Mountain Gods Resort and Casino, Casino Apache Travel Center? We haven't received our dividends for 3 years in the amount of $15 million. But have you seen them, you all? Have you seen Mr. Aguilar's vehicles, his home, his trips, his wife's trips? Mr. Martinez is the same way. Our council members are the same way. How are you all doing? How was your trip? How are your vehicles? $15 million. Greedy. Every year, $5 million is supposed to be appropriated in our tribal budget for our yearly dividends, and that's your job as tribal leaders to get it done for the people. You all have failed in so many ways, but it's because you continue to listen to him or general counsel, whoever. Let's see. Our elders, children, and grandchildren are all deprived of what rightfully belongs to them, to us all. There has to be a solution to this practice of lost and stolen monies, also misappropriated federal and tribal program funds from here to there. We hold you all accountable and responsible for your actions and decisions you make on behalf of the Mescalero Apache tribe and the people that voted you in. We all are requesting a general meeting. We want our questions answered. Wow. What's holding you all back? Why do you refuse to answer your people? You use and abuse your power to shut us up. Man. Our tribal leaders practice lies, secrets, and no communication, etc. We might have to request a week of general meeting to get all our questions answered. She's probably right. I can't even think of the last time these people tried to inform us of anything except what's on the internet already. You have pushed the tribal constitution and the tribal court codes under the rug and burned it. so that you don't have to abide by the bylaws by the bylaws for our tribal government. If you were to read the tribal constitution, you can comprehend what it is telling you, or do you need someone's explanation as how it works? I really feel like you all have no idea what you're looking at when you read our Constitution. I feel like you don't have any comprehension of our codes, nothing. And if you do, then it is truly a greedy heart. Because there's no way you all could possibly understand all of this and still do what you're doing. No way. This is the reason the tribal government isn't operating by our tribal constitution. We believe the tribal council members can't read or something. It is run by one man's government with his relatives in charge, and it shows everywhere. It shows. It is just ridiculous. If you tribal council don't understand the Constitution and how to be directed by it, then the president and his relatives will run this government the way they want because you're letting them. The tribal constitution states if you have a felony charge before you can run, for elected office, you need the president's pardon letter. Felony charges are for life. That's why a tribal president has to be pardoned. He has to be pardoned. We all know we've asked President Aguilar to show us this. We've asked for all of this, and none of it has been shown. None of it. He can't answer. He refuses to answer, along with all his other felons. None of them have answered. They have slapped us with illegal documents, illegal actions, violated our rights just for asking these questions that they should answer. Let's see. He has violated your tribal constitution since 2011, going on 10 years. He has lied and concealed his felonies. To date, he and Nelva are still saying his charges are dismissed. Why is it still recorded appearing in New Mexico website? Felonies are for the rest of your life. If you tribal council don't vote him out, you are taking part in his lies and corruption. That is true. That is so true. All of you are doing everything he is doing. If you're sitting back and just sitting silent, don't be chicken chomp. Our people are suffering because you're being cowards, because you don't want to speak up, because you don't want to do what's right. Get those wheels turning. Do what is right. You need to do your own investigation as to how much salaries the president has made in the past 10 years. You need to ask him to pay the Mescalero tribe back for all the monies that he was paid to him. This is called restitution. Some tribal members are being offensive when they hear that Gabe has hired all their relatives, starting with council member Dorlin, Robin, Lauren, Nelva, Tyner, many others in the community. This is called nepotism. They don't understand nepotism at all. This tribal government doesn't serve our people with respect, not treating everyone fair and equally. We're looked down on. Our voices aren't heard. The leadership wants to shut us up and take our rights away from speaking up. This is how communist governments rule their people. Wake up, tribal council. This is the United States of America we live in. We live on this reservation in the United States. This president thinks we're living in a third world country. I don't understand how you all can just sit there and ignore all of this disgusting person's past, his behaviors, his actions, his everything that is right in front of our face. Everything is right in front of our face. I was asked, why haven't we discussed Miss Harriet Aguilar? Why is she still at work? This is her second time being accused of embezzlement. Am I wrong? Was she not accused? All these rumors that you all don't care to answer. How many of them are rumors? Is Mrs. Aguilar embezzling from us? We already lost our bingo. What else was she in charge of? This crazy lady who seriously needs medication, in charge of so many things. But look at all of our directors that we have here. We got Mr. Kurgan running around, abusing his power, throwing his weight around like he's some kind of gift to women. Like that's his money he's spending on all these people. That's our money. Our money. We just continue to allow all this inappropriateness by all these people who should be setting an example. These people that are getting top dollar to do a job they are not doing. They are failing. Failing. Let's see. So that's a good question, Mrs. Aguilar. Is she still at the inn? Is she still in charge? Is she under investigation? Just like my court, I guess we'll never know. For some reason, the BIA officer requested audio and video, or video from the outside parking lot from May 10th. That'll show how crazy these people were. Oh, and it was magically recorded over. It has to stop. We cannot continue to have a blind eye to all of the things they do. To the continued taking of our money. Abuse of their power. I was told, let's see, who's all running? Who's running for council this year? Who are all of our people that we have to look up to? That we can put our faith in? Eddie, are you running? Are you running for president, Mr. Martinez? I sure hope you are. I sure hope you are. Because, man, we can go over at your little booth if they let you all campaign. Because, Mr. Aguilar don't like it when people campaign. Truth might be spoken. And he can't have that. No general meetings, no campaigning. No rights for us. So, Mr. Martinez, if you're running, I would like to know your thoughts on tribal codes 1033, 1022.1, 1023.2. Look those up, Mr. Martinez. Before you think about running, you should probably learn those. Who's running for VP with you? I heard you have your own secretary. Man, I wonder how much they're getting paid. You all need to wake up and see what they're doing with all of our money. How they're treating themselves. What are they leaving you? All of you are so quick to jump and defend them. But in a minute, they'll turn around on you too. You can go and get your education and come back here thinking, oh, I have my bachelor's, associate's, master's, whatever, and it does not matter. It does not matter. As long as those people are there, it does not matter. Nepotism is at the highest right now. Just look in those council chambers. Just look right there. Look in the front office. Look everywhere. It's right there in our face every day. And you all continue to ignore it. Continue to defend this dangerous person, hiring and allowing all this dangerous, disrespectful behavior. Unprofessional behavior. Look at our inn. When were we going to own that? We're not. As long as we have that crazy, uneducated person sitting there eating every day, we're literally paying. Do you know how many people we pay to eat? Just eat. Mr. Frizzell eats constantly. That's all I ever hear about. His father, he just followed in his footsteps. Driving that poor little truck just to feed himself. And we pay for it. We pay Joe Pena or Mr. Frizzell's insurance for that little truck. Drive back and forth, pick up his honey from her usher position, because you know she's got 2 jobs. And we pay for that. We pay for that IMG truck. We pay for that insurance. All the yearly repairs. Just so Mr. Pena, or I'm sorry, Frizzell, can continue to eat. While we have others out here starving. How many more directors are we going to continue to pay to eat, to drink, to womanize, to throw our money around on alcohol and football tickets? Impress these promoters so you can get to do things? No. It just makes no sense to have my people out here homeless, starving, living from check to check. Those of you that are so faithful to that boy, Mr. Aguilar, I'm sure you all are living check to check. Well, all these people are out here breaking laws, getting their job back, setting a great example for us. Over a few of these little notes here that we have from all these people. Our jail, we still have no jail. JOS, I believe we have to thank for that. Maybe they should go sit in the jail for a while in LCDC so they can see what it's like to eat that food, drink that water. Just the smell alone. Just the smell alone. Man, where is Mrs. Monica? Ask Alfred. All these people just breaking their laws, going to jail, coming back to work, getting their reimbursement, not answering our questions. It just has to stop, you all. It's just insane. We have Miss Liberty Walker. She's been asking the tribe to help her fix her home. She has a home in Pena in the back. It belongs to her. My home belongs to me. My little Mr. Rogers neighborhood home. And like I said, when I need a repair, they fix it. So I told Miss Walker she should probably call Miss Rosie Chantal and set up something. Because there's no reason that they should be telling this lady that she needs to find her own contractor and do it herself. Because that's not what I was told. So I'm not understanding why I'm told something different from somebody else. Somebody who's dealing with a lot more than I am. Man, I guess you have to be really close to the president or the VP or the council to get some help, whether you medically need it or just need it. And you should get it. We have thousands, millions of dollars that come into us every year for all these programs. And if we're not getting the help that these programs are set up to do, where's that money and why can't they help us? Our housing program has failed so much. Mr. Aguilar, where's their money? Housing, speak up. Where's the money? Do you all know, or does Mr. Aguilar just have you all sit silent in the dark? Social service, forestry, DRMP, all these programs. There's no reason at all that we should be paying for that in. The only reason we're still paying for that in is because we're paying for all of these people's lives, to accommodate all of their lives, not just our leaders, but Warner. We need to stop accommodating all these other people and accommodate ourselves. Mr. Aguilar can't do the job, then we should have him leave. He's not doing anything except collecting money. None of them are. Who's going to hire a management team to do your job? If you all can't do it, if you can't understand our laws and our codes, our constitution, go home. Or go and volunteer for those meetings that you love to sit in so you can stand there afterwards. Go home. You're not doing anything for your people. You forgot your people. You forgot your own words, your oath, your own speeches to get votes, your speech after you got the votes. You all forgot. But when you have that boy leading you, it's to be expected. We need a true leader. So don't be fooled by all these people running and telling you this and that. Really talk to them. Mr. Martinez, I can't wait to see your booth. It's the funniest thought to me that you're going to run for president. So pathetic. I was told that when I call people idiots and dumb and pathetic, that I'm addressing all of my people. No, I'm not. I'm very specific who I feel that way about. I give legitimate reasoning, proof of why I feel that way. It upsets me that I voted for these lying, deceitful people, but hopefully we can get that fixed. We have submitted numerous letters to these people, to our leaders, asking the same questions that I have been asking. This is why I came on here to ask, because our letters were ignored. Our voices were ignored. From a person who said his biggest goal is transparency and communication. Tomorrow, or I guess my next episode, we can talk about forestry. These houses they're supposed to be building. Mr. Aguilar wants to give a payout this coming Christmas, maybe before then. You know, he's got to leave with a bang. And if he's not leaving, then he's got to buy votes. Don't be blind, people. Don't accept this anymore. I will talk to you all tomorrow. And you all have a good morning, I guess, and have a good day.